Last week's biggest record in the UK, Jungle and Busy Earning on the Fly FM SRA Selector. Right, at this point in time, we would usually have our mix. This week, because it's the last ever show, the last ever SRA Selector, we're doing it a bit differently.
This is Fly FM.
I'd like to welcome producer George into the frame.
Hello.
My competitor, as it were, at this point in the show. Because this week, we are doing a very special SOUNDCLASH for you. Now, how it's working is 3 tracks each. We've picked a band track, we've picked an urban and electronic track, and we've picked a local track. Very similar to the setup of the show, basically. Now, George has been sat at his desk all day, well away from me, prepping his tracks, and he only just sort of released them, because we had to make sure we didn't pick the same tracks, obviously, to me a couple of minutes ago. So, George, should we announce the tracks first, or should we just do this one by one?
I think for dramatic tensions purposes, track by track.
Track by track.
One at a time.
All right, I like that. Have you got a coin on you? Because we need to toss who goes first.
I do.
Good. That's what I like to hear. A prepared man. Right. Who's calling?
You call.
Oh, cool. Right. Go. Tails.
Never fails.
Thank me. I'm stepping up first. And I think as we're doing the band track first, I don't think it's difficult to guess what I've gone for, to be honest. This is a winner in my books, George. You're going straight down with this. I know you could have picked it out, but it is massive.
I could have put money on this.
Royal Blood, Little Monster. How can you ever go wrong with a bit of Royal Blood, George? Ever. Harry, Tom, all of them. Everyone on Twitter absolutely loving this.
It's a tune.
It's big. You can't deny that, can you?
No, not at all. I really love what he's doing with the sort of the bass guitar.
Wait. In you go.
Yeah, sort of how he's driving his bass. It's like a combination of octave pedals, distortion pedals, and 2 amps. So that's how he gets the guitar tone.
I just think the whole, like you said, the sound to it, and just the kind of the old school rock vibe is back.
It's back.
Definitely. And that's what I'm loving about it.
Stronger than ever.
Stronger than ever. Right. So we played Royal Blood as my band choice.
Good choice.
Everyone seems to be loving it. I
Strong.
seem to have walked this already by the looks of social media. But
You say that.
I mean, we probably should play yours just out of kindness.
Well, the band I've gone for are, in my opinion, one of the most popular bands on the indie circuit this year, 100%. Also on the Enemy Awards tour with Royal Blood. Don't want to give too much away. Fresh out of Liverpool. Very exciting. If you don't know this track, it has been pretty big, pretty popular on the Selector and on First Play.
Yes, it has.
Circa Waves, Stuck in My Teeth.
Very good choice.
So that's Circa Waves, my band choice for the SRA Selector final show, SOUNDCLASH.
It was a good one. I'll be honest. It was
strong
a good
reaction.
One. It wasn't Royal Blood though, mate.
It wasn't Royal Blood, you're not wrong. I'll give you that. Love coming in on Twitter. We got Lucy, Ben, and Rob, all loving the track.
Yeah.
Rob actually caught them at Rock City on the Enemy Awards tour. Said they were very, very tight.
I'm sure they were. A fantastic band. A fantastic band indeed.
And a fantastic call from me. Thank me.
But who is the winner? Who's got the more reaction? That's what I want to know. We're going to release all the results at the end. So it's fair, okay?
Moving on.
So moving on, we are on to the urban and electronic section, as it were, as it would be within the SRA Select format. Now, I've gone for a track that I heard only last week, and I just completely fell in love with it. Bringing old school hip hop right back. Pete Cannon and Dr. Syntax. Track's called It Beats Me. You're going to be getting all funky around your room to this, I promise. The message board is going mental for this. Absolutely bonkers. What I've done here is I've got old school hip hop, but in new music form, right? Yep. Gary in Meridian Court. He said on Twitter, you can see it there, getting all funky to Pete Cannon and Dr. Syntax. It beats me. Tracy as well. Steph. Everyone. There's no way you're going to beat me. No way.
See, I've gone for a very different kind of track.
I know, and it's a poor choice in my opinion.
It's not a poor choice.
A great artist, but a poor choice.
It's very much a revival of a genre that at one point looked like it was going to die in its arse.
Oh, really?
R&B in the UK hasn't been looking great lately.
Here we go. R&B was about to die in the UK, apparently.
I'm sorry, but all I can think of is like, who was it? Kevin Little. Do you remember that?
No, there is a ridiculous amount of house music, dance music that is influenced by R&B.
Excuse me, let me finish, because I was talking about R&B in its purest form. The track I've chosen is by an artist called Dornick, who kick her off, who sort of combined early 90s R&B style with modern house updates. Been very popular across the internet. Excellent track. For a guy who doesn't really like R&B at all. On
PMR Records as well, can I just say.
Enjoy it. This is Dornick with Rebound. Dornick on Fly FM with Rebound, getting a lot of love from none other than Temmie Tizzle. Honestly, the urban shift with Temmie, he loves a bit of Dornick.
Somehow that does not surprise me.
Well, all I know is I dropped it before his show the other day, and he had a smile on his face when he walked in. He's a man of few words, but I'd take that as a good sign.
To be fair, he's a big R&B lover, so
correct.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Superb choice from George.
Thank me.
Thank you.
Twitter agree.
It was good.
Got Jack, Alex, Liam, all joining in.
I'll be honest, I think it's deadlock.
It's deadlock so far.
I think it's dead on deadlock, and it's going straight down to the wire, to the final track.
The Midlands track.
The Midlands track.
This is where it all boils. Which is what it boils down to.
It does, yeah.
This is what the Selector's all about. The local artists battling it out week in, week out.
Now, who has made the best decision? I've heard George's local track, and to say we've chosen tracks that are completely different, well, that would be an understatement, because they're complete opposite ends of the spectrum. And I'm going to drop something that I fell in love with as soon as I heard it. It's a former biggest record in the Midlands. It's coming from Footsie. George's complaining already established. I don't think so.
Featuring Robbie Williams.
Femme. It's got Femme on it. Quality vocal.
He sounds like Robbie.
The one and only Footsie. And his new track Nightlife featuring Femme on the Fly FM SRA Selector, my local track choice. Chilled house bass vibes, almost dubstep, I'd say, on the chorus. Listen to that. Very close to it. Low tempo, admittedly.
Low tempo.
Really bringing it down, but a superb track. And the vocal from Femme, well, I mean, there's nothing you can say about it. It's exceptional. So that was my local track choice. Again, social media, bonkers. Look at it all. It's just coming inundated, updated every 2 seconds. They love it. They love Footsie.
I'm not saying I don't like it.
So, George, what have you got?
Well, as you said earlier, I've gone for a very different track. As much as I do enjoy Footsie featuring Femme, for me, there's been one standout artist this year on the SRA Selector. One of the standout artists in Nottingham for me last year as well. Since they signed on to Hate 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 Records, Cagoule have just gone from strength to strength. They've been getting plays all over the place. Radio 1, Fly FM. And I think like this is definitely their best work up to date, 100%. Sort of combining elements of grunge and rock, and I don't know, there's still like little indie vibes in there. This is Cagoule with Adjust the Way on Fly FM. Cagoule on Fly FM with Adjust the Way, the latest release on Hate 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 Records.
I'll give you it, mate. It's a good choice.
Very, very big.
A very, very good choice.
One of the biggest bands in the city right now, mate. I can't see you competing.
You're laughable, you know that.
Well, is it?
You know that.
Isn't Footsie technically, although from the Midlands, in Sheffield?
No, Footsie is from the Midlands.
No, but like based in Sheffield now, is it?
Well, yeah, but he is from the Midlands.
See, this is the local track.
Well, fair enough.
Fresh out of Nottingham.
Femme is also from the Midlands. You can't dispute it.
I don't need to.
No way.
I don't need to because I've got this in the bag.
No, I know you don't 100%. Need to because I've walked it. Simple as.
Well, the votes speak for themselves.
Well, I think, to be honest, looking at the screen, it looks close.
We're going to have to go over to our independent adjudicator, Tom Dodge, of the Pre-Ocean Show.
Welcome, Tom. Welcome.
Hello.
It's nice to nice to have you along.
So, what do you think of the sound clash that you've witnessed tonight?
Both sides fought very valiantly.
Thanks,
indeed.
Tom. Cheers. Oh, obviously mine a little bit better.
Well, am I allowed to reveal
of course.
The results? Okay.
You may be
a very, very, very tight vote, but George had it.
Oh, for God's sake!
Always.
Stop
Always.
it! I've guided you from September.
Don't I look smug?
Listeners, through the SRA Selector, the home of new British music. I've guided you and educated you, and you let me down like that.
Well, at the end of the day,
It's
mate.
not on. It's not
when
on.
you've got the knowledge.
You're better than that.
When you know the
You're
tracks.
better. I know. I've been playing them.
This just goes to show, behind the scenes of a radio show, there's always a larger mind at work.